With what delight could I have walked thee round, if I could joy in aught? Sweet interchange of hill and valley, rivers, woods and plains, now land, now sea and shores with forest crowned, rocks, dens and caves. But I in none of these find place or refuge. And the more I see pleasures about me, so much more I feel torment within me, as from the hateful siege of contraries. All good to me becomes bane, and in heaven much worse would be my state. But neither here seek I, no, nor in heaven to dwell, unless by mastering heaven supreme, nor hope to be myself less miserable by what I seek, but others to make such as I, though thereby worse to me redound, for only in destroying I find ease to my relentless thoughts. And him destroyed, or one to what may work his utter loss, for whom all this was made, all this will soon follow, as to him linked in weal or woe. In woe, then, that destruction wide may range, to me shall be the glory sole among the infernal powers, in one day to have marred what he, almighty, styled 6 nights and days continued making, and who knowst how long before had been contriving, though perhaps not longer than since I, in one night freed from servitude inglorious, well nigh half the angelic name, and thinner left the throng of his adorers. He to be avenged, and to repair his numbers thus impaired, whether such virtue spent of old now failed more angels to create, if they at least are his created, or to spite us more, determined to advance into our room a creature formed of earth, and him endow, exalted from so base original, with heavenly spoils, our spoils. What he decreed, he effected. Man he made, and for him built magnificent this world, and earth his seat, him Lord pronounced, and oh, indignity, subjected to his service angel wings, and flaming ministers to watch and tend their earthly charge. Of these the vigilance I dread, and to elude, thus wrapped in mist of midnight vapour glide obscure, and pry in every bush and brake where hap may find the serpent sleeping, in whose mazy folds to hide me and the dark intent I bring. Oh, foul descent, that I, who erst contended with gods to sit the highest, am now constrained into a beast, and mixed with bestial slime, this essence to incarnate and imbrute that to the height of deity aspired. But what will not ambition and revenge descend to? Who aspires must down as low as high he soared, obnoxious first or last to basest things. Revenge, at first though sweet, bitter ere long back on itself recoils. Let it. I reck not, so it light well aimed. Since higher I fall short, on him who next provokes my envy, this new favourite of heaven, this man of clay, son of despite, whom us the more to spite his maker raised from dust. Spite then with spite is best repaid. So saying, through each thicket dank or dry, like a black mist low creeping, he held on his midnight search, where soonest he might find the serpent. Him, fast sleeping, soon he found in labyrinth of many a round self-rolled, his head the midst, well stored with subtle wiles. Not yet in horrid shade or dismal den, nor nocent yet, but on the grassy herb, fearless, unfeared, he slept. In at his mouth the devil entered, and his brutal sense, in heart or head, possessing, soon inspired with act intelligential. But his sleep disturbed not, waiting close the approach of morn. Now when a sacred light began to dawn in Eden on the humid flowers that breathed their morning incense, when all things that breathe from the earth's great altar send up silent praise to the Creator, and his nostrils fill with grateful smell, forth came the human pair and joined their vocal worship to the choir of creatures wanting voice. That done, partake the season, prime for sweetest scents and airs. Then commune how that day they best may ply their growing work, for much their work outgrew the hand's dispatch of two gardening so. And Eve first to her husband thus began.
Adam, well may we labour still to dress this garden, still to tend plant, herb, and flower, our pleasant task enjoined. But till more hands aid us, the work under our labour grows luxurious by restraint. What we by day lop, overgrown, or prune, or prop, or bind, one night or two with wanton growth derides tending to wild. Thou therefore now advise, now hear what to my mind first thoughts present. Let us divide our labours, thou where choice leads thee, or where most needs, whether to wind a woodbine round this arbour, or direct the clasping ivy where to climb, while I, in yonder spring of roses intermixed with myrtle, find what to redress till noon. For while so near each other thus all day our task we choose, what wonder if so near looks intervene and smiles, or object new, casual discourse draw on, which intermits our day's work brought to little, though begun early, and the hour of supper comes unearned.
To whom mild answer Adam thus returned. Sole Eve, associate soul, to me beyond compare, above all living creatures dear, well hast thou motioned, well thy thoughts employed, how we might best fulfill the work which here God hath assigned us, nor of me shalt pass unpraised. For nothing lovelier can be found in woman than to study household good, and good works in her husband to promote. Yet not so strictly hath our Lord imposed labour, as to debar us when we need refreshment, whether food or talk between, food of the mind, or this sweet intercourse of looks and smiles, for smiles from reason flow, to brute denied, and are of love the food, love not the lowest end of human life. For not to irksome toil, but to delight he made us, and delight to reason joined. These paths and bowers, doubt not, but our joint hands will keep from wilderness with ease, as wide as we need walk, till younger hands ere long assist us. But if much converse perhaps thee satiate, to short absence I could yield, for solitude sometimes is best society, and short retirement urges sweet return. But other doubt possesses me, lest harm befall thee severed from me, for thou know'st what hath been warned us, what malicious foe, envying our happiness, and of his own despairing, seeks to work us woe and shame by sly assault. And somewhere nigh at hand watches, no doubt, with greedy hope to find his wish and best advantage us asunder, hopeless to circumvent us joined, where each to other speedy aid might lend at need. Whether his first design be to withdraw our fealty from God, or to disturb conjugal love, than which perhaps no bliss enjoyed by us excites his envy more, or this or worse, leave not the faithful side that gave thee being, still shades thee and protects. The wife, where danger or dishonour lurks, safest and seemliest by her husband stays,